Hey everybody! So today I wanted to do a get ready with me. I'm getting ready for work today and I have some extra time. And I haven't done one of these in a long time. I've only done like 2 ever. But I just washed all of my makeup brushes. They've been dirty for like 3 weeks, so all I've been doing is eyeliner. I'm gonna start by priming my eyes, obviously. I always start with my eyes because if there's any fallout, I want to be able to just wipe it off. I don't know how people start with their foundation first and they have to be so careful with their eyeshadow. I feel like you should be careful anyway, but like I'd rather just fuck around with my eyeshadow and then be done with it. You guys, it's finally starting to warm up in Minnesota. This last week was really nice. We had this huge ass fucking snowstorm. We had to call a snow emergency in fucking April. And then a week later, all of the snow was gone. It got so nice so fast. So I've been able to like keep my window open and let fresh air in. So for such a long time, I was addicted to energy drinks. Like Highball was like my shit. And I had to cut myself off because I got so addicted to caffeine. So now I just drink tea. I've convinced myself that black tea and green tea are fine because it's like more natural. Tea is like healthier for you. And it's some caffeine. Yeah, this is only 56 milligrams and I was drinking like, sometimes I would get energy drinks that were up to like 300 milligrams in a can. So this is like a light amount of caffeine, but I can justify it. Today I want to use this baby. I've only used it a few times and I like forget that I have it because I'm just not a neutral eyeshadow person. So I'm gonna do more neutrals in here and then I want to do this guy. I don't know what glitter I want to do yet, but I want to do fucking glitter today, so I'll figure it out as I go. I naturally want to gravitate toward like the warm quad right in here. That's obviously the one that I've been using. I don't think I've touched these. But I think I'm gonna do these ones today. These like more, oh, was I out of frame? These are like the cooler toned, taupier colors. My mirror is so far away right now. So I posted a tweet the other day about, I was alluding to a toxic person. I don't remember exactly what I said. It was like something like, it's amazing how one toxic person can ruin everything just by them existing. I think that was it. Someone asked for a story time about that, and to be honest, there's like not enough there for like a full-on story time, but I'm like down for complaining about this bitch in this video. She sucks so bad. So I've been working at this job for like 8 months now, so I've been there for a long ass time. I posted a video when I got hired there because I was so excited to leave Mac, because Mac was literally draining my soul. I love the job. Everything about the job is great. Except for this one bitch, this one girl who's hated me since the beginning. I don't know what I did to her. I can say very confidently that she has never once been nice to me. Usually she's mean. Sometimes she's just like passive, which is fine. I've tried like getting to know her. I've tried having personal conversations with her. The only time she's ever been like slightly friendly to me was when she's needed makeup advice. And then I give her the advice and then she just like walks away. And keeps being a bitch. Like there have been moments of hope there where I'm like, oh wow, okay, she recognizes something in me and she's like asking for, you know what I mean? Like, no, she just wanted to like use what I knew about makeup to make herself not look so much like a fucking bridge troll. Yeah, so I don't know anything about this girl. Every time I've asked her questions about her life, she like just straight up ignores me. Anytime I've tried to get to know her, I'm met with just like a fucking wall. She hates me. So all I know about her is that she's a mean-spirited bitch. Actually, that's a lie. I overheard a conversation that she had with somebody once where she was talking about the fact that she owns a broken tattoo machine and she used that tattoo machine to tattoo her own hands, like all over her hands. It's not subtle. It's just really bad. Very, very bad. Very prominent tattoos. So I do know that she's a fucking scratcher. That's one thing I know about her. And that says a lot, actually. If you think about the fact that the only thing I know about this person is that she's a scratcher and that she looks like a bridge troll, I think that can give you a pretty good idea of who she is, to be honest. So I work with her, and not only is she an evil, rude person, but she's lazy. I've never worked with somebody so lazy before. If I have worked with somebody as lazy as this person, I should come up with a name for her so I'm like not saying this person. Let's call her Igor. So if I've ever worked with somebody as lazy as Igor, it's been on a bigger team. So, you know, if I'm working with a bunch of people and one of them is lazy, that leaves a bunch of people to pick up the slack. It's not really noticeable. But most of the time I'm working with Igor by myself because we're both supervisors. So it's like we're the only full-time people and I have to work with her alone for like hours before somebody else comes in. Working with her alone sucks because she's usually just like on her phone or she's talking to other people, like talking to other employees that aren't in our department. So like it doesn't affect them that she's being lazy, but it like seriously affects me on a daily basis. And she commits time fraud on almost a daily basis too. She takes fraudulent breaks, which is like actually a serious thing in like HR departments and loss prevention. When I worked for Macy's and when I worked for Mac, those were fireable offenses. If you said you were going on your break and you fucking like, oh sorry, I'm swearing, I'm getting like heated about this. So, like if you said you were gonna go on your break and then you left your area and then you just dinked around for like 20 minutes, you didn't clock out, but you know, ate some food, you socialized, you sat on your phone, and then you clocked out, and then you took your break, clocked in, and then had a cigarette, walked to the gas station, you know, like that's time fraud. And that's fireable. And she does this almost every single day. Like not only is she lazy, not only is she burning out the rest of the team, me especially because I work with her so much, not only is she committing time fraud, but she's a bully too. Last week she made me cry because in her mind I didn't do something right. It was like two very minor things. I don't want to talk a lot about it because I don't want people to know where I work. If I start talking about like the things that I do at work, people can find me. She said I didn't do two things right, but she brought me to the back to berate me, to swear at me, to yell at me for like 10 minutes about it and barely let me speak. Sorry, I'm like trying to read the inside of my teacup at the same time. It's a quote from Albert Einstein. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. How fucking fitting for this video, right? Well, she was like swearing at me about it. She was like, this is fucked up. Now I'm pissed off. You pissed me off. I couldn't even like barely defend myself without her cutting me off. And she accused me of not caring about the job. She went in to the point where my feelings weren't hurt because she could say anything she wants to say to me. She means nothing to me. But I got so frustrated. And when I get frustrated, I cry. And then I get more frustrated because I'm crying and I'm just like, why the fuck am I crying? Now people think I'm sad, but really I just want to like rip her head off. So I didn't cry in front of her, but I finally got to speak. I finally got an opportunity to speak, and mid-sentence, she says, I'm gonna take a 15, and walks out of the conversation. Just fucking walks out. How is that productive? It's not. All of the people that I work with that work with her, so like people in the same department, none of us like working with her. When she's not around, we're all complaining about her. So I don't know how she's a supervisor. I don't know how she's allowed to get away with bullying, laziness, and time fraud. Oh, and then yesterday she fucking tried to call in sick. She decided to come into work an hour before I was gonna leave. She just like straight up just didn't want to work with me. Which I've never been mean to her, even though she's a hypocrite. So I was saying like she was like berating me about, in her mind, me not doing two things the right way. And then the next day I came in, not only did she not do the two things that she screamed at me about, but there were like 5 or 6 other things that were just not done at all. Not that they weren't done right, they were just not done at all. So it's just like the hypocrisy there. And then when I bring this stuff up to her, I'm like respectful. I don't drag her to the back to yell at her. I'm usually like, hey, what happened here? Why wasn't this done? I've never sworn at her ever. I've never raised my voice to her ever because I know how to be professional. So I don't know why she has a problem with me. I don't know why she feels the need to like call in sick so that she doesn't have to work with me and then come into work right before I leave. it doesn't make her look good. I don't know why she does these things. She came into work smelling strongly of weed yesterday. I just needed to bitch about her for a little bit. Working with her is so hard to do. I've never worked with somebody so shitty, like on every level. I've worked with lazy people. I've worked with mean people, but I've never worked with somebody who was both of those things and so strongly both of those things. It's so so for the glitter, I think I'm just gonna do like a glittery lid. I like this like teal color. This one's called Sublime. I think that on top of like a teal base would be really pretty. Or ooh, this thing would be really pretty. Yeah, let's do this. This is a MAC pencil. I used to work for MAC, that's why I use MAC sometimes, and it's actually like not showing up because this thing actually sucks. That's why I don't use it. Now I remember. Yeah, there's a little difference there. At least it'll give the glitter something to stick to. Yeah, so I just needed to complain about Igor. Someone asked for a story time about her, and then another person liked it, so I was like, okay, 2 people want to hear about it. Wow, this pencil doesn't really work. So I'm planning on recording another video after work. This one will be about crystals. Because like right now I'm on like a kick. I think it's the nice weather. It's like waking me up. Wake me up inside, but I don't know how long it'll last. It's really easy to look at other YouTubers who can post once a week and feel like, well, fuck, why can't I do that? I think there's a lot of things that go into it. I think mostly it's because I have a full-time job and I usually work overtime every week, at least by a little bit. Look at that fucking glitter. Holy fucking shit. The look is boring, but the glitter is so pretty. Think of like the YouTubers that you love watching the most, who post regularly, who have like nice setups, who have a large audience. These people don't have an outside job usually. And if they do, it's super part-time, or it's like they work from home. It's super easy. My job is like pretty physically draining and it's kind of weird hours. So it's hard to be able to schedule things around that. And I know it's like doable, but I also suffer from chronic depression. So I'm very quickly and easily depleted of energy. So like I like making videos and I like shooting the shit and just like talking about random stuff. Last night I was supposed to finish my like research that I'm doing for this next video. Like I just got home and I felt so tired. Like I could barely do anything. And once I record a video, it takes me so long to edit it because I always like, I'll stop recording and I'll immediately feel like, well, that was shit. That wasn't good at all. And then I won't want to look at it again for a long time. I won't want to edit it for a long time because it's like, oh fuck, I'm gonna go in to edit it and it's gonna be so shitty and I'm gonna hate it and I'm gonna actually like scrap the whole thing, and I just don't want to feel like that right now. I don't want to deal with that right now. But then when I finally start to edit it, it's like never as bad as I thought. But like I can't get over that feeling of like, wow, that was absolute shit. Should I do colored mascara? Teal mascara on the bottom? These are so old. Again, used to work for MAC. I don't support MAC. I don't recommend anyone buy MAC makeup ever. Don't buy MAC. At least not until they stop testing on animals and start treating their employees better. Should I do a full MAC experience video? Just fucking drag them? Kind of want to do that. Lashes are done. Now I feel like I look like a baby alien without brows on. I've been not wearing foundation lately and it's so nice. I love it. Let me introduce my skincare routine. This is it. These are the Trader Joe's facial cleansing pads with tea tree oil. Not sponsored. I just went to Trader Joe's yesterday and I bought 3 of these because I never want to run out. I have oily skin, not acne prone, but like breakout prone sometimes, mostly hormonally. But I've got like a little one right there that was nothing and then I made it into something because I picked that. I just use one of these twice a day, so one in the morning, one at night, and that's all I do. And sunscreen, but I don't consider that skincare necessarily, just more like, I guess it is like caring for your skin. I do SPF 50 on my face. I'm using a MAC one. I'm trying to find a really good SPF 50 or higher face sunscreen that is cruelty-free and specifically for the face. I found one from e.l.f. that was like a sunscreen plus primer and it was SPF 70, I think. Might be 50. but it had a color, it had a tint, and the color is way darker than my skin tone. So I only use that if I'm putting foundation on, because then I can cover up that awful color, but it's not something I can wear alone. I just want like just a sunscreen that I can put on and be done. Because I don't wear foundation anymore, I don't really do like contouring anymore, even though I should, because I'm like chunky right now. I should slim my face down a little bit. But I feel like I do want to do some highlighter. This is super old. This is a ColourPop highlighter called Paraloon. It's like a frosty, shimmery emerald green. So beautiful. I don't think they make it anymore. When I bought this, it was on like the sale section, meaning that it was like going away. The Kat Von D Alchemist highlighter palette has a similar color, and I think one of the Anastasia highlighter palettes has a similar color. I like colored highlighters a lot. Like, I only need like one neutral highlighter. I don't know why people keep buying the same like beige highlighter over and over again. Like, don't you want like a blue? I also understand like why people don't want green on their cheeks, but I think it's beautiful. The look is so boring. So boring, oh my god, but I like the glitter a lot. I'm not mad at it at all. The glitter is the star. 2 weeks ago, I went to see one of my favorite bands play. They're called Lydia. I've liked this band for 8 years, and nobody knows who the fuck they are. I love this band. And they were touring with Moose Blood, which I had never heard of until I saw that like they were headlining Lydia's show, and I listened to them. Moose Blood is fine, but Lydia is so good. The only thing is like they were playing at the shittiest music venue in the entire state of Minnesota called The Garage. The Garage is an all ages like community center. So, and it's like literally right next to the police station. It was just like really embarrassing to be at the Garage. Yeah, tell me, if you live in Minnesota, how do you feel about the Garage? Because is it irrational for me to hate being there? Because I used to go there when I was literally 12. And I would see shitty bands play, and I used to think it was so cool, and I was so like punk, you know? But really it was in Burnsville, Minnesota, next to the police station. Like, it wasn't cool. So it like brought back all these memories of like, oh, who I used to be. Like when you see like an old Facebook post from when you were 14 and you just cringe. I have these new NYX powder puffs. I think this one would be kind of cool. This one's like a cool toned brown. I only have 2 of these, but I really like them. I like the applicator. I wish it was a little more cool toned now that it's on. It's kind of like warm compared to the eye, but I don't hate it. Tell me your thoughts on anything that I talked about. I like when you guys comment. Like, I like all comments. Like, I get a lot of comments like saying that you like my hair, and I love hearing that kind of stuff, but I love the comments that like continue a conversation, you know what I mean? All of my social media is linked below. I like getting comments on that. The reason why I talked about Igor is because somebody asked for it on Twitter, and I don't tweet very much, but you can definitely talk to me on Twitter. I want to do more get ready with me's, but I also want to do more like tutorial-y style videos. I think like when I'm talking so much that I don't focus on the makeup as much, and then it gets kind of like simple and boring, and I don't really like to do simple and boring makeup. Like, I don't like this look very much. I think it'd be fun for me to just sit down and film myself just like playing with makeup and do more of like a voiceover talky thing. I don't really know. I'm gonna get dressed and go to work. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.